hot recipes, hot women, and plenty of foodgasms. Drawn Talk! Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Drawn Talk. It's your boy, Tyler. And, guys, I know that there's a thing in, the YouTube comic book community where you're supposed to, trash books and whatnot. And I'm guilty of that. And something I want to start doing more is uplifting books. Telling you guys books that maybe you might want to read and saying, hey, I read it. I think you should read it. I think this is really good. And the first one that we're going to be doing is the comic/manga Food Wars, which is actually appropriate because Chef's Culinary Heroes Earth Force Volume 1 Pasta La Vista, my book, is currently launched at Kickstarter. That's it, Kickstarter. Link in the description. Culinary Heroes Earth Force Pasta La Vista follows Dairy King, who gets his superpowers from milk. Can he stop the pasta invasion, or will he need to get together the chefs again, the team that he lost 5 years ago? So guys, go check it out. I'm really passionate about this book. We're going to be talking a lot about it throughout the next coming months. But yeah, this is my baby. Go check it out. Link in the description. Okay, but first let's talk about Food Wars, okay? Now, before we start, there's two things I want to point out at the beginning of this. The creators did two things I think really well in the first chapter. Number one, the first thing that they did really well was they clearly stated the main character's motivation that encompasses the entirety of the story, okay? Number two, they leaned heavily in the style and artwork that they wanted to do, as well as the storytelling. They were consistent. They said, this is how we're going to tell the story. No one's going to tell us otherwise. This is how it is. And they really went hard on that. And so those are two aspects in their storytelling that we're going to be discussing throughout this review. All right. But the first one that we're going to talk about is how they clearly stated the main character's motivation that encompassed the entirety of the story. All right. So Food Wars is a story of Soma Yukihira and his desire to not only be an amazing chef, but better than his father, Joshira Yukihira. I'm botching this, guys. And this is stated pretty clearly in panels when Soma says, I'm going to beat him and become a chef worthy of running this restaurant. And this rivalry is seen immediately in the opening pages, where the two have a fried rice battle and Soma loses. And over the course of this chapter, we see Soma practicing his cooking and trying out new recipes and even challenging people into eating his food. And towards the end of the chapter, though, we learn that Soma's father is shutting the restaurant down and has enrolled Soma into a cooking school, saying that this cooking school it's the elite of the elite. Less than 10% of its students ever graduate. If you can't make it at that school, then your dream of beating me is nothing but a joke. So boom, Soma's response, of course, is, I'll do it, just watch. But right there, that is clear writing of what the character's motivation is and where the story is going. We know that Soma wants to be the best chef. He wants to be better than his father. And in doing so, the only way that he can do this is by going to this school and graduating. So now we know where the story has to go. The story has to have Soma go into school and graduate. Okay? Very clear motivation. Okay? And many comic book creators struggle with this, where you're reading the book and nothing happens, you don't know where it's going, and you just feel lost as the reader. So that's something that they did really well in this book. All right, now the second part I want to explore is the style of the book and the storytelling style that they chose, and how the creators decided to do things in their comic that set them apart. Because already in this book, this book is about someone wanting to be the ultimate chef. That's not your typical comic book genre. It's not superheroes, it's not zombies, it's not fantasy. But they really lean in on the food, and what really sets this book apart is the foodgasms. All right. And my first hint of this was when Soma feeds this girl a squid and she experiences the taste of it like this panel. Here we go. And here's the thing. The creators understand that they cannot literally let the readers taste the food that is being cooked in this book. So the way that they showcase in their form of storytelling the taste of the food and how good it is through these foodgasms, these very sexual foodgasms. All right, and the first real foodgasm happens when a character named Mina Gisaki, an urban life planner, she tries to sabotage the restaurant and has her goons steal all the food so that they can go out of business and whatnot. And Soma goes there and he challenges her to a food battle, saying that if he cooks her something super delicious, that she'll leave the restaurant alone. And she agrees to this challenge. And in pure manga stylization, the cooking in this book is just action packed, and the art is just magnificent. I mean, notice how this page only has 2 panels to really showcase the art of the cooking. The creator wanted to make sure that we could see every little detail of this. All right, so then once he's done cooking, Soma tells her to dig in, and what proceeds to happen, let's just say they liked it. And here's the thing, the anime, it makes sure to stay true to the source material. Enough of that. All right. So should you read Food Wars? Is it more than just a Foodgasm art book? That's up to you, but I've read probably 4 or 5 chapters so far, and I've really come to enjoy this book and the characters that have been created. I think this book has everything, from drama, action in the form of cooking, great characters that you both love, hate, and some of them you just don't really understand yet. At this point, the art is fantastic. The pacing is great, and you just gotta love the Foodgasms. I just think it's cool that this isn't a superhero book. It's not a zombie book. It's not a fantasy book. It's not this adventure like sci-fi book. What it is, it's just about a guy who wants to be a good chef and cook really good food. I think that's awesome, and I wish I had read this before I started making my own book, Chefs, Culinary Heroes, Earth Force. Volume 1, Pasta La Vista, currently available on Kickstarter. Because had I done so, I maybe would have pulled some elements out of my book or maybe put some in. I don't know. But I just think this is a really awesome book, and you guys should definitely check it out. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Please go check out, link in the description, my Kickstarter, Chefs, Culinary Heroes, Earth Force, Volume 1, Pasta La Vista, where we see Dairy King, a superhero who gets his power from drinking and consuming dairy products, basically just milk, as he fights a foe who's able to steal the culinary powers of others and launches a pasta invasion. Dun dun dun. Also, I realized something. There's not enough bow tie pasta in my comic, and I think that's something that I really forgot.